Hello?
Yeah, hi. Is this the Ultimate United Givers of Themes podcast?
It is.
Cool.
Oh.
This is the podcast for the Ultimate United Givers of Themes, and we're also known as TUUGOF. We're gonna talk about the movies that we rewrote all the themes for. Watching some movies and complaining about things, cause we want our themes in these damn movies. But we don't think Hollywood has the damn guts to deal with how real our themes are. We don't pick the themes from all these movies, cause the ones are good enough and we can still do better jobs. So we rewrote the themes and now they're better themes, and now this is the podcast where you listen to us talk about our themes. Okay, here we go, let's podcast.
Started off EP 7 coming at you. This is Bull Durham.
Oh, such a good picture.
Some deep synth sounds. Deep.
This feels very Bull Durham, too.
I was listening to a lot of Talkie Heads when I made this song. You'll feel that in a second. Always a good...
Yeah, I mean, right now, I gotta say, this reminds me more of, let's say, The Cure. Got it. Got it.
Baseball player, you gotta teach a younger pitcher. Oh, you are reluctant, for he could be a variation, and you sure don't want that.
Oh, yeah. Some good moves here. If you're watching on YouTube, you see some good moves.
Yeah, I'm very enamored by the movie Bull Durham, and also the theme for Bull Durham.
You know stuff about baseball, a lot of stuff about baseball, modern sex, but the lady prefers to do the young guy for now.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of Bull Durham for you.
Good tune for a good picture.
Yeah, so this is the beginning. We're kicking off EP 7, everybody.
Even though we're watching it with the sound off right now, we've got Bull Durham playing. I know that this scene starts with when it opens up on the club. They're playing. I think they're playing "Only a Memory" by the Smithereens, and it's like it's just so funny seeing people dancing to the Smithereens in a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we weren't adults when this came out, but we listened to the Smithereens.
Yeah,
a lot.
I know they had a couple big. I think "A Girl Like You" was a big hit.
Yeah,
I used to travel in the shadows every time I got a message to you. That one. Oh man, Pat Denizio, one of my favorite singers.
He's very, and they are. I know you're aware of this, but he passed away a few years ago, and Marshall Crenshaw is Marshall Crenshaw. Of La Bamba fame.
Yeah.
He played Buddy Holly, and of opening up for Squeeze the last time I saw. Well, no, 2 times ago I saw Squeeze.
Yeah, and
Marshall
Brian Seltzer played Summertime Blues.
Cochran.
Eddie Cochran.
Is it Eddie Cochran?
Yeah, it's Eddie.
Did he play? He didn't play Great Balls of Fire, did he? Oh no, that was Dennis Quaid. Yeah.
Who's also been in a baseball film here and there, I believe. Doesn't he have like Slugger's Wife or something?
No, Slugger's Wife was that guy who I just saw him in
Dennis
something.
Quaid definitely has a baseball movie.
Yeah, he's
though.
in The Rookie, isn't he?
I don't know. It's one of those ones where
Or
it's
the veteran,
like
the old guy.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like it covers this. It's like the Braveheart of baseball movies.
Okay. So some English baseball team's getting in his face, and he's got to fucking be all like freedom.
Right, and yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, Bull Durham.
Love
this movie.
is a great baseball movie. Possibly the greatest. I mean, Major League is still the greatest.
I mean, they're really different animals.
They are, because
one's a bull.
Because this one is a base. There's so much baseball in this movie, yet it's not a baseball movie.
And you know what's funny? I hate baseball. Well, maybe not hate. I have no interest in baseball as a sport.
It's very boring.
But
unless you're there.
I love movies about baseball.
Oh god damn! Because they're like 7 hours shorter than a game is.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'll say. I'll say Major League is the best baseball movie.
Yes.
But my caveat is that Bull Durham is actually a movie about sex, Moneyball's actually a movie about math. Like they're not really about baseball, but Major League is.
If Moneyball was about baseball, it'd be called Money Baseball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
And
they
if
didn't even specify the ball.
And if Bull Durham was about baseball, it would be called Durham Bulls, because that was the name of the fucking team.
We saw them play
they
once.
Flipped it for real. They did flip it for real.
Yeah, they flip it for real. What the fuck?
Do you think Benny Del Toro is the greatest living actor?
Ooh. I mean, I think he's a very good actor. There are probably a few that I would place higher in my estimate. Kevin
Costner.
Definitely definitely like Kevin Costner from like 10 years ago.
Okay, so
from 1991, the year punk broke.
Yeah, but who? Yeah, he was in that. Who's better than Benny Del Toro, though? I mean, and Daniel Day-Lewis is retired, so he don't count.
But he's still alive.
Yeah, but he's not an actor. He's probably making.
Actually, that's a good point.
He probably went back to making shoes. So taking Danny out of it.
Sure. If we're gonna get
Mary Streep, you got to go with Mary Streep.
Yeah, I'd say for me. The greatest right now,
and Frances McDormand, I think we called the best actor last time.
Sure, yeah, I'd go with Kate Blanchett and JVR Bardem personally.
Yeah, JVR Bardem's pretty good.
Or you know who maybe, because this guy, I think he's starting to get his due, but he's such a chameleon. Jeff Wright. I think he's one of the best actors.
Jeffrey Wright is. I saw him do a Top Dog Underdog with Don Cheadle.
Oh wow!
It was the bomb.
Wow.
And then I took a piss right next to Delroy Lindo. Yeah.
Oh,
and I looked over at him and I was like,
Lindo.
oh man, you've been around Mamet a whole bunch, so I'm taking a piss basically next to Mamet. Not that Delroy Lindo is anything to sneeze at or piss at, because I didn't.
He's I had a professor in college who went to school with Delroy Lindo and Denzel Washington.
Oh yeah, nice.
She'd be like, we're doing our fucking breathing exercises. We're practicing our rib reserve, and she's like I would be doing this in one room, and in the next room Delroy Lindo and Denzel Washington were doing a scene. She was a very sweet Donna Snow, everybody.
William Blake.
So can I throw out the anecdote I had? The antidote of it?
Yeah, go for it.
So, and I could be completely wrong about this, but there's a story that our mom told us when we were young that maybe I remember correctly. So our aunt Janine, who lived in North Carolina in the town of Durham, had this store that I think she owned the store. I'm not sure. It was called Womancraft.
Oh yeah.
And one day she was like out getting lunch, and while she was out, Susan Sarandon came in and apparently bought this kimono kind of robe. And then in the movie, Kevin Costner wears that robe.
Yeah. So basically, if we had never been born, Bull Durham would have never worn that kimono robe, which is, I'm going to say, the most iconic item in this movie.
I agree. Like, we're kind of we're in a way the costume designers. We're like the Anne Roth of Bull Durham.
And the garter belt, that was mine. And Tim Robbins came over and he was like, "Hey, what's the matter, you? Give me that goddamn garter belt."
Oh, that would be great if
he was in character.
His voice really sounded like
he was doing method acting for this other movie he was going to make. After that,
Tim Robbins would have played a good Mario.
He would.
He's got the right kind of build for Mario. Like, picture him with a mustache with that haircut. Yeah. I mean, no offense to Bob Hoskins. Ba. His first name is Ba. His last name is Ba Hoskins.
Did you get mad in this movie? The part at the end of, hey, spoiler alert if you've never seen the end of Bull Durham, but this guy Tim Robbins plays a pitcher named Meat, and it's Kevin Costner.
He's also named Nuke.
Yeah, Meat and Nuke. He has a quadrophonic Blaupunk.
Yeah.
Which, it's funny. We'll get back to the story that I was saying. Probably not going to finish that story. I'm going to be honest with you folks, because we've been sidetracked. But I never knew what a quadraphonic blah punk was until honestly. And this is going to be weird for somebody who's because it's a stereo.
Right.
Didn't know that until maybe 2 months ago when we watched. Obviously, like we're still pretty much in pandemic, so spending a lot of time at home still. So I have to watch everything on television, which means I have to watch some shit from now and again just to. So
how would you know what the good stuff is?
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't
anyway,
watch the
and
shit?
Not that this is shit, but we watched. They made a MacGruber the movie, or
I don't know what that thing is.
Yeah, and it's like a thing that's
is that Will Forte?
Yeah, who is
which is French for Will Loud.
Yeah. It's one of the Wills. I don't know which one because there's him and then there's Will Ferrell, who he's not.
Yeah,
and then there's
Will Arnett.
And then Will Arnett. It is Will Forte. It is Will Forte. But in that movie, it's like a MacGyver thing, like
right. That's
parody.
What I thought. Yeah, and I was just like, nah.
And in that movie, he drives a car and he keeps. When you could take the stereos out so people wouldn't steal them.
Oh yeah,
and people would walk around with them. He'd be walking around with his Blaupunk, and I was like, oh, it's a stereo.
That's what. I learned about Blaupunks probably it was like I was definitely an adult, but it was I was probably looking at like headphones or something and saw Sennheisers and Blaupunks and
it's just weird.
Yeah.
I've never and you know me I'm.
Well, that's
I play music and stuff,
and
I'm in I'm not like an audiophile, but I would like to be if I was rich.
My guess is you probably have. I don't really have any good sound listening equipment at home, but my guess is that your particular brand of expertise is more in the performing and recording vein, whereas Blaupunkt is, that's like a stereo system kind of thing.
And is that like just a car stereo system thing?
I think they do speak. I don't know. Hey, Blaupunkt, right to us.
Did them make regular radios?
Yeah, they probably make regular radios and speakers and stuff.
I mean, maybe. I guess
like Promark? Newmark? I don't know. Gary Newman?
Gary Newman, yeah.
Paul Newman was in a movie that Ron Shelton directed, and Ron Shelton directed Bull Durham, along with, I think he's done 5 other sports movies.
Lay him on me and smack him.
So I did look it up. I know that's very unthemed.
Did you lay him down and smack him? I
did.
First.
So Bull Durham was his first film.
Yeah.
He then went on to do Cobb, which was about Ty Cobb, who invented the Cobb salad, but also played baseball.
He invented the Cobb salad. It wasn't Robert Waldorf?
I made that up. I'm just assuming Ty Cobb did because that's why
I think
famous.
Robert Waldorf is a guy I made up who in my head invented the Waldorf salad. Continue.
Okay, then he also made a movie that's basically Bull Durham with different sports tools. It's called Tin Cup. Yeah. And then
I hate that Tim Cup.
He made a boxing movie with Woody Harrelson and Tony Banderas called Play It to the Bone, which is a hell of a title. Hey baby, play it. Oh wait, how would Woody Harrelson say that? He's play it. I can't do his voice.
Yeah, he's like, hey, everybody, I'm a Woody Harrelson. Play it to the bone.
And then, of course, White Men Do Not Jump, starring Rose Perez.
And then you watch it, and you're like, he's jumping.
He jumps a bit.
I mean, everyone else is jumping better than him, but hey, he's jumping.
Technically, he is jumping. The movie should have been called White Men Can't Jump That Well.
Yeah. Or it's surprising how much this particular white man can jump.
Hey, that white man's jumping.
But
so that's the TUUGOF Race Relations Symposium.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say before. Did it make you mad at the end of this movie? And I know I'm way more of a well, actually, I'm not a completist.
Is this going to be about the Motley Crue shirt?
No. Well, you see him wearing a Motley Crue shirt, and then I'm like, where do you get that one? And I ended up getting that one, but it wasn't red; it was white. And
wait, doesn't he? Okay, so I'm trying to picture it now because he's wearing a white suit, but I thought he had the black girls T-shirt.
Well, it is that. But it's emblazoned across his chest on a red T-shirt.
Oh,
imagine
okay.
Imagine if you will, your favorite rock group emblazoned across your chest.
So let me
remember
clarify.
That gag? That's an old. I think that was Chuck.
I don't think
I don't know if that was me or Chuck, or if it was just Chuck.
That was an old gag session.
But
guys.
yeah, it was rock tees. Imagine if you will. your favorite rock group's name emblazoned across your chest. So it was that. This van's a rockin'. Let's start rockin'.
Hey guys, we are your favorite band, and you know who else's favorite band we are?
Yeah.
Everybody. We're called the Whamblers. So we watched this movie about ham, Durham.
It's like Dur. Just eat some ham.
Like Dur. So I guess they do baseball in this movie. Only I don't know when they're supposed to be doing it, because okay, so the main guy, his name is Crash, because I think he likes to crash into stuff.
Yeah, he smashes.
And then there's this other guy whose name is Meat, and he throws cheese.
His name's also Noog.
He says, hey, Meat, come on and throw that meat at me, cheese.
But Jeff, they call him Noog, too. Don't forget that.
And then there's one part where they're like, hey, who's Meat dancing with?
Yeah.
And someone else is like, he's dancing with everybody. He likes to rock and roll.
He does like to rock and roll a lot. And there's this guy who should be in the movie all the time that isn't, but he is in that dancing scene. Remember the guy that there's parts of this movie where all the guys are wearing the same clothes and they're running around and smashing things?
That makes sense to me.
There's this one guy who's all bendy, he stands on the side and he gets bendy. But he dances too.
Hey guys, whatever baseball is, I don't get it, so I'm just gonna wobble around for a while, I guess. It's pretty weird.
So this is a movie. It's like a movie. There's this guy Crash, and there's this guy Noog, who's also a mate, and then there's this girl who's like, I'm gonna have sex.
Hey, I want to pick one guy, and we're gonna do sex on it all the time.
And it got me thinking, are they gonna show it in this movie? But you know what? And I know what sex is.
I know what it is too, and I'll tell you, I don't think anybody does any sex on this movie.
Yeah, because we have lots of practice about sex, and because we know what it is because of how much, we're very famous.
I'm basically if you would look it up, I've done it enough times that I'm basically the president or the CEO.
But, there are times in this movie where it's they sure are sleeping a lot, but they also are rolling around, so I guess they're sleepwalkers.
Okay, rule number one, when you're making a movie,
Sleepwalkers.
When you're making a movie, turn the camera off when people are sleeping, everybody. That's when you're supposed to be pouring sauce.
It's 2 weeks in a row we watched, because last week there was that movie about that lost highway, and they really didn't spend too much time looking for it. But anyway, they were sleeping a lot in that movie too. And then the guy was like, here's a movie, and then it's in a movie, but it's you sleeping. So it's us watching guys watch a movie about themselves going to sleep.
I like the part where one guy's gonna throw a ball at another guy, and I'm not sure why, but the one guy, he squats down because I guess he's gonna crap, and then he tells the other guy, either throw me a 1 or throw me a 3. And because if you think about it, a ball is like a tool, like a light bulb or a 1 or a 3. And so he's like, treat the ball like the tool it is. I'll have a 3.
Because if you look at one of those balls, it looks like someone just drew a whole lot of 3s all over it, but there's also one of the ball. So they're both, I guess.
And then the guy is well, I want to be better at baseball, so I'm going to do baseball in underpants.
Yeah,
wait, there's one part. There's one part where there's this long car, and all of the baseball guys are in this car, and one guy is even playing a guitar, so I guess it's a stage too, and it's what? Really? A long car? What?
What about the part in this movie where the guy's like, let's go get chicken? Like, how are you going to do that? Like, that's not even, like, did he just make that word up?
I like the part at the beginning when there's this girl and she's like, I want to talk to this guy. You've got to be messing with me.
I think you've been saying that, and I do think someone's messing with you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I do feel like I'm being messed with like every time we do this, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna think too much about why that might be happening or what's happening like right here every time.
Like things in life go unexplained all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen to me anywhere else. But I guess that's part of life. That's just like a Monday morning thing. This is live, by the way.
Yeah, this is live.
Always.
We shoot these live straight to tape. And then it gets shot out on the internet. But yeah, I mean, you can spend time worrying about life's mysteries, or you can just sit back and just enjoy the ride.
That's a good. Okay, so Bull Durham question. The coach. He's the guy I always get mixed up with the other guy.
You always get him mixed up with like the dad from 16 Candles, who's also in.
Well, no, that's Paul Dooley, the dad. Is this Fred Ward?
No, that's not Fred Ward.
Who's Fred Ward?
Fred Ward's in Shortcuts. Fred Ward is Remo Williams. The Adventure Begins.
Does he have a similar voice or something?
Oh yeah, they sound.
Is this guy Unpainted Huff?
This guy's Unpainted Huff.
Okay,
yeah.
I always get him and Fred Ward mixed.
Like,
I don't know.
You know, like Baby on Board, something. Fred Ward.
I know that. I do know that, but. Okay, well, the important thing is that he plays the coach, and he's really good.
Yeah.
And his assistant coach is the kid from Batman '99 who also played Arla Dollar.
Arla Dollar is. A lot of people say like The Sopranos started like the golden age of TV.
Sure, peak TV.
But Arla Dollar was first, and even Dream On was before
Dream.
that.
I was gonna say or like there was that show that was like the news, but it wasn't necessarily that.
Yeah, I forget what they called that. I think it was This Isn't Quite.
This is not quite the news.
This is not quite the, or was it just called Funny News?
Yeah, that show. I think that show. I could be wrong. Was that show the birthplace of Sniglets?
Yeah. Little guy called Rich Little invented Sniglets. What is a Sniglet exactly?
It's a euphemism.
It's like a word that takes words and makes a word.
Yeah, like they're it was like a kind of ribald dictionary. It was
it was
like
very ribald.
It was like a little,
It's a little naughty.
Yeah, it's a little naughty.
Can I say that?
It's like,
can I say that?
I think Rich all fancied himself quite the raconteur.
It's a little.
Oh, man, I really would like to be a raconteur one day.
Yeah, like in that. Isn't there a band, the Raconteur, with White Stripes?
I don't want to be in that, but I want to just be a real life raconteur. Like, I
wonder what White Stripes sound like. I mean, I know that one song, like, because it's in the Flaming Lips movie for a second.
I would say, and like, no offense, maybe some offense, but that guy, Mr. White, seems to do a lot of cool things for music.
Yeah.
As for his own music, for me, it's sort of like that's the thing where it's like if you're at somebody's house and they're like, hey, do you want to put on a compact disc? And you look at what they have and it's all so bad. And you're like,
yeah,
I guess I could do the White, like Coldplay. Okay, let's do the Death Cab one. That's probably the best bet.
Yeah. I don't really know them either. Yeah. There's so, I love music. I like listening to
I like songs and rocking.
And I like a lot. And it's weird. Every once in a while, I feel like a little bit of an old grump, but there's tons of new shit that I listen to, all the time. But there's so much that I've never listened to and never will.
Right.
But also have an opinion on it.
I will never ever listen to My Morning Jacket. Don't like them though.
It's funny. saw like they played with that one guy that we used to know or something like years ago before they got big, and I bought their CD and I loved it. But when they got big, I'm like, fuck it. What are some huge things like Fish? I've never other than
I did watch that. I did watch the Fish doc, A Bittersweet Motel. I watched that.
Okay, yeah, but I will never listen to Fish. I just won't.
I'm trying to think of if there are any movies like that, or I'm just like, nah.
I've never.
I'm sure there's.
I've never seen Gone with the Wind.
I watched that in high school in history class.
I've definitely,
skip it. It sucks.
I've been around it.
Yeah, no, it sucks. Fuck that.
Skip it.
Skip it big time. I only watched it because Mr. Menzel, I guess, didn't want to have to teach history for like 6 days, so we spent like a week watching Gone with the Wind.
Yeah. I've never seen I don't know. There's a bunch of shit.
There's a whole lot of movies I've never, and now, as you know, I'm just now seeing some of those movies where it's like, wait, you never saw that? Like I just recently saw The Exorcist for the first time.
Oh yeah. It's pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it was way more impactful back then. Like, I mean, obviously I didn't see it.
I gotta say, that movie is fucking filthy, and I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, whoa, what did she say? Like, what?
Did she say to ram that in her what?
Yeah, it's pretty intense. It's pretty rough.
It is. There's definitely a scary movie, but as somebody who doesn't really care for the effect that organized religion has had on the world,
sure,
I love seeing like priests and stuff like just get made fools of, even though they win in the end, and that's cool.
Yeah, it is kind of silly that just yelling about Christ. Oh, that's all you have to do.
Yeah,
you just have to yell the word Christ a bunch of times,
and it's like
I can do that from here.
Like as long as you're not getting in my face or like involving it in laws, which of course fucking people do, but like, and that's one of the main reasons.
Yeah, no, if religion didn't get in your face, cool.
Yeah, but it's so funny and arbitrary because it's like, okay, obviously one thing that we all can agree on is the fact that there are so many religions.
Right.
Like, so
but only one correct one.
Yeah, and like why is this one gonna work on the like it's just and I get it that this stuff came into fruition in times when people weren't well educated and they believed whatever like the village leader or the king told them or whatever. I get that, but it's like still though.
Yeah, like, whatever king of the neighborhood. Yeah, but hey, it's hey, there's a whole culture. Like, I know. And you know what's funny though? I don't know if you have this same reaction because I'm more or less an atheist or at least an agnostic.
Sure.
But like I find. It's probably just because I don't really like talk much to like anybody who's like super Christian or anything. But
why would you?
For me, like
try to steal your soul.
The people that get the most annoying to me are like the really preachy atheists.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, isn't your whole deal supposed to be that you don't care? Would you shut up about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, I will poke holes in the idea of like organized religion all day. But hey,
poke the holes.
Like I said, if you're not in my face about it, and it's not like. In my face per se. Whatever. Believe what you want to believe.
Oh man, we are covering some good ground here.
I have beliefs, and I'm never gonna get in someone's face about it per se.
So the way I see it is like, yeah, I think I might have an idea of how stuff works, but I'm not gonna like. Per se, get in your face about it. Oh, this is a very good podcast.
There was something I was watching recently, and somebody was in a hospital. It was a fiction book. I like fiction books.
Although, like 2 podcasts ago, you talked about how you hate fiction.
I do. I'm reading Salem's Lot right now.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
I was just not into it for like
that day.
Yeah, I mean, I've been fucking in the house for 2 years. I'm gonna have a different opinion about everything every other day. It's constantly back and forth. I'm definitely a ping pongy wongy in that way.
Yeah, like
shit. What was I talking? Oh, but it was somebody who had been shot in the movie, and then someone came into the hospital, and it was like and the person had been shot, and they had a vision of the afterlife, and for them it was hell, like he was in hell because he was a bad guy.
Sure.
And then this lady came in and she was like, I prayed for you and you came back and you had a vision. He's like, yeah, but the vision I had was of hell. And it was just like, you're adults. That, I mean,
sure, yeah.
It's
like,
just, I mean, and again,
like,
to
guys,
each their own.
Yeah,
and if
hey.
that's what you believe, but then the lady got all pushy. She's like, no, you have to believe this. And it's like, and that's where per se
they're getting in your face. Yeah.
And that's where everything before that, cool.
Yeah.
Once you get in the face, get out of here.
All right, we're running out of time, so let's circle back to Bull Durham. We didn't even talk about how, like, I think this guy's luster, his sheen may have dwindled a bit over the years, but man, Kevin Costner's very good in this movie.
Yeah. Should we, I think we should finish this off by trying at the same, we'll finish the podcast off in a minute, by simultaneously trying to, from memory, saying that speech of stuff he believes in.
Oh, sure.
Okay, but first, we just want to say thank you for listening to the TUUGOF podcast, and this is the first song off of EP7. By the time you guys are listening to this, it still may only be available on the Bandcamp, which is like TUUGOF/Bandcamp or something. I don't know. It's on our website. You can find a link to it, but it should be up on Spotify and Apple Music and all that crap, and Deezer, and I Love Radio, most important.
I love radio too.
Yeah, so check that out, and we'll be back next week talking about a little movie by what's his name?
Bong Joon-ho
called Snowpiercer. So, what do you believe in then?
I believe that
fastball.
Lee Harvey Oswald did act alone. I believe in
slow
curveballs,
that last for
fast
3
hard
days.
balls,
I
and
believe
big
in
baseballs.
pornography.
I believe in
and
kissing
I also
on the
believe
beach that lasts a
that
long
first date
time.
should be at the
And I'm not
bowling
interested
alley
in
and not
anybody
at
who's
the
interested
bar.
in this
Let's go to
boy.
the bar, out to the bowling alley.